Hi, my name is Mona Fraley, and I'm fulfilling the requirements of an ESL class at Georgetown College in Kentucky. The purpose of this project is to interview a culturally diverse student and family that have recently moved to the United States just to find out more about their goals, their dreams, their values, and find out what are some of the issues they may have adjusting to a new culture in the United States and a new school. Throughout the first few slides, you'll see slides that have information about the country itself, which is the Philippines, the language, the education system, and the culture. Then I will talk about my interview with the family, how it went, and then I will conclude with the importance of home visits in the school system, particularly with ELL students, English language learners. This first slide shows the geographic area of the Philippine country. The Philippines consists of about 7,000 islands, which is quite a lot of islands, and it's located about 500 miles off the coast of Southeast Asia. These islands are divided into three groups, and many of the islands are volcanic in nature and are very active. Only about 1,000 of those islands are actually inhabitable. The country of, I'm sorry, the one of the islands, Manila, is the capital of the Philippines. Also, the Philippines is the 13th most populated country in the world. It's actually overpopulated. There are a total of about 10 million people living in the Philippines. Um, the Philippines is considered a bilingual country. There are two official languages for the country. Filipino, which is based on Tagalog, and which is a dialect, and English. Many of the children are educated in both languages in schools. Spanish was introduced in the 16th century, and it was the official language until 1973. But there are many people that still live in the country that speak Spanish, but for the most part, it's Filipino and English. Also, there are about 80 indigenous languages and dialects spoken in the Philippines. So there are a lot of different languages and dialects, just depending on what island you live on and where you live. The education system in the Philippines is very similar to the education system in the United States. It is modeled very similar to our education system. Their formal education spans about 14 years, and it's structured with 6 years of primary school, 4 years of secondary school, and 4 years of high school. And then that leads to a bachelor's degree. I also wanted to note that when speaking with the family, the Orenfeld family, they gave me some additional information about the education system. The class sizes are very large. There are about 60 to 70 students per class. So that's a lot of students. So, and they have a fixed subjects that they learn. When you're in elementary is 6 years long, of course. You learn certain subjects, but they do not have testing like we do in the United States. So those are some of the differences in their education system and our education system here in the United States. The Philippine culture is very, very rich, and it's a very beautiful country. It is one of the top countries that people go to for vacationing, and so it's one of those countries that have people there are usually very warm and welcoming. The hospitality is it's known for its hospitality. Um, the picture on the left of the older gentleman, the younger man with his hand placed to his forehead, that is known as mano po. Mano in Spanish means hand, and po is elders. And in this particular photo, what this means is it's usually when children or young adults meet or greet an elder person, they take their hand, their right hand of their elder, and place it and touch the back of their right hand lightly to their forehead. And that's just a way of giving respect and showing respect, and also receiving a blessing from their elders. I thought this was very, very neat, and I really liked that one. The second photo on the right, which is a group of ladies that are dressed in their formal dressing for a festival that they were having in the Philippines. And one of the festivals that they have is these particular ladies were greeting a lot of the tourists that were over there in the country. So they come out and they have food and they have music and they dance. So it's a very rich culture, and it's very festive and warm and welcoming. All right. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the Orenfeld family. Um, the little boy name was Nikolai. The mother name was Ella, and I'm sorry I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry. I think it was John. I'm not sure, but nevertheless, the interview went so very, very well. They are a wonderful group of people. We met in their home. They were so nice and welcoming. When I arrived, I was greeted very warmly. We moved into the living room. I went with myself and another teacher because I'm collaborating with another teacher here because I do not have an ESL program at my school. But all the questions were answered very well. They were very open, excited to answer the questions. I did notice that the father answered more questions than the mother, but she would chime in and provide, her thoughts on different things about value systems, education system, culture. Most of their dreams and values for their child are very similar to what we have in America. They just want their son to go to college, to do well in school, and they want him to get the best education that he possibly can get. They are a very supportive family. They're very involved in activities and so on and so forth at the school and also in the community. I was very excited to meet them. They also meet with other Filipino families within the area, and they attend church. They are Catholic, so they attend church with them, and they go out to eat, and they just kind of cook and do some of the things that are more familiar to them within their culture. So I was very pleased with the meeting. I was very excited to meet them, and it was a great interview. Last, I want to kind of conclude and provide information on why I think home visits are important for English language learners and families. I think that the first reason is educators need to know what happens in the world of the children that they work on a daily basis. I know oftentimes we don't get to see our students at home. Usually when we do parent-teacher conferences, it's at school, and it's nothing wrong with that. But ELL learners face many different challenges. They are, they are getting used to a new country, a new culture, learning a new language, learning a new content for the students. So it's very important to just kind of, you break down barriers, you kind of make them more at ease when you do home visits. The second reason for a home visit is that it kind of shows that teachers, administrators are whomever staff are willing to kind of go the extra mile to help them feel comfortable. And I think that most people would say that anybody opens up and talk more in an environment where they are most comfortable, which is their home. So when a teacher say, hey, I don't mind coming to your home and speaking to you and talking to you, that kind of shows that you're willing to just go the extra mile and do whatever you have to do to help this new family feel comfortable in this entirely new setting, because it can be very frightening. And it's just a way, last, it's just a way of connecting with cultural and diverse and culturally and linguistically diverse families. It's just a way to meet them on their territory, open up those lines of communication, and build a partnership that will last throughout the whole academic year, and it just makes everyone feel a little bit more at ease. I hope you have enjoyed listening and watching my video on my interview with my Filipino family. I look forward to doing more of these as the years go by. I think they are important, very important. And I will incorporate home visits into part of my, it's part of my package or plan to make ELL learners feel more comfortable. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate your time. Have a blessed and wonderful day. Thanks.